at times has got a lot of negative effects. This is one guy who told us sometimes when he was campaigning to be the president of this republic that the issue that was there at the time when Nuru was in power, whereby there were some fights along some Asian country. He did say that that thing has got no effect with us in Kenya today. And he criticized it and said that Uhuru and Raila Amolo Odinga are the causes of the high rise of fuel prices in this country. Today, let me ask him that now that he's sitting at the topmost position in this country, what has gone wrong? Why can't he fix this issue of fuel once and for all? Why are Kenyans still paying for high cost of fuel? Thank you very much. My name is Obungu Owich, President Sufuria Movement Kenya, and a politician in Kisumu County. The human rights activist and a father. It's another good opportunity that I want to address some of the various undertakings in this country. The first one is the national politics, and the second one is the county politics. Let me first start by the national politics. Several things have been happening, and I've been closely checking on them, though I was at my sick bed. First, let me talk about this issue of fuel. I want to remind William Samoei Ruto that lying all the times at times has got a lot of negative effects. This is one guy who told us sometimes when he was campaigning to be the president of this republic that the issue that was there at the time when Uhuru was in power, whereby there were some fights along some Asian country. He did say that that thing has got no effect with us in Kenya today. And he criticized it and said that Uhuru and Raila Amolo Odinga are the causes of the high rise of fuel prices in this country. Today, let me ask him that now that he's sitting at the topmost position in this country, what has gone wrong? Why can't he fix this issue of fuel once and for all? Why are Kenyans still paying for high cost of fuel? It is very desperate in nature. Just to do a comparison, that Uganda, which is a landlocked country, Rwanda being a landlocked country, their fuel in those areas are very cheaper compared to Kenya, which has got a port. Rwanda exports, Rwanda gets its fuel through the airport, through the port of Mombasa. Not for Rwanda, sorry. Uganda gets its fuel through the port of Mombasa. But the cost of fuel in Uganda is cheaper than the Kenya one, which is not a landlocked. These are some of the questions that we must ask ourselves. What is the problem? Is somebody looting from us? Is corruption digging deeper into this country more than in other African countries? Another question that we need to ask ourselves. Why is William Ruto uncomfortable to make it public, the people that are dealing in this fuel industry? Just the other day, Raila Amolo Odinga did put them to some account and told them openly that we need to know the companies that are supplying us with the fuel. William Samoei Ruto has just come publicly and discussed it and even talked very negatively about it, saying that it is an hot air. Is he the one to reply everything? Can't he leave his ministers to work? Can't he leave his directors and chief officers and the other people that are in the government, directors, to talk about things that are happening? Is it because the people that William Samoei Ruto put into those offices are very incompetent? They don't have any know-how about how to run the affairs of those offices. So William Samoei Ruto wants to play everything. He wants to play the director. He wants to play the CS. He wants to play the PS. He also wants to play the deputy president. At the same time, he wants to work as the president of this republic. Where are we heading to as a people? This is a confused government. A government whereby a deputy president just comes very smartly dressed and just talk in the publicly as if he doesn't understand everything. He says that the issue of El Nino has been sorted out by their government. And they are saying that they've released an amount of 10 billion to counties to sort out this matter. On the other hand, the CEOG, the Council of Governors, come to a press and tells the nation that they have not received any money through the national government or the exchequer. Who is fooling who? Is William Samoei Ruto really serious to run this government? Was he not prepared to run this government, so he got this power, not prepared about it? Lastly, as I finish, as a human rights activist and a defender, I wish to put William Samoei Ruto to challenge that we are not kids any longer. The issue of high cost of living is continuing to deteriorate. And we must come out publicly as a people to hold our leaders accountable. He must tell us why we can't fix this country once and for all. Why issues touching on health cannot be fixed. Why matters touching on education cannot be fixed. Why matters touching on basic commodities like food items cannot be fixed. The other day he launched a an electric border in Mombasa. Just some 3 days ago, we saw in some local media houses a report by some border guys complaining that the durability of the batteries that serves in those borders are very poor, to an extent that they cannot even do or discharge their functions with the border and they cannot run their affairs properly. We want to tell William Samoei Ruto, why doing experiment with the lives of Kenyan people? And lastly, we are only waiting for the results or the outcome of the famous National Dialogue Committee report, and we are urging Raila Amolo Odinga, as a people defender number one in this country, make sure that you don't append your signatures in any corrupt report that will affect the country. Because if you dare do so, then we will not feel so better. As the people who fronted a movement known as Sufuria movement, we believe in a system that is of good governance, in a system that cares about the people, a system that talks about the poor, a system that talks about the PWD, a system that cares about the children, the less fortunate, the elderly persons, and every Kenyan population. Therefore, we are telling Baba that on the 26th of this month, when the report reaches your desk, make sure that that report is pro-people. If it is not pro-people, tell us in the public so we give you a direction on what to do. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Maybe briefly, what can you say about the president? Yes, before he gets out of the country, he said that he's going to create job opportunities outside the country.
The issue of job opportunity outside this country is a statement that we are getting bored of. We are not even so happy about it. Just the other day, William Samoei Ruto told us that he had secured some job opportunities in Canada, about 250 million jobs. He told us that he secured 250 million jobs for the youth. Not forgetting that in Kenya, we have a full population of 50 million. And out of that 50 million, there is a percentage for the youths. How can he tell us that he went out to secure a total sums of 250 million for the youths, while we are only 50 million Kenyans? That is hogwash. That is like brainwashing the Kenyan people. Lastly, William Samoei Ruto is fond of talking about so many things. That is why I will term his government as tumetenga, tumeweka, tunafanya, iko budget, tunaangalia, tumeweka huko, tutaongea na watu huku. He is full of promises. He's forgetting that he's in a government. He's forgetting that he's running a government. He's forgetting that he has a budget which should be running very positive. Yes.
Okay,
so there is no hope about any job opportunity that is gone to secure. We are only used to his trips. Those are normal trips. William Samoei Ruto is like a virgin girl who visits every boyfriend who calls her, Whenever he receives a phone call or a message, come and see me, then he immediately he gets into a vehicle just to go and check on the boyfriend. It doesn't matter about the boyfriend. What is important is that the boyfriend has called to go and check.